Dalavina guia dolosana angito talitakini anavarong ng Bula FM at Golden Point Resort basendo nambando na here binaka.
Bula binaka na adang ko tevita utunggoy 90 ando talitaka wale navarong ng Bula FM nambando na sir.
Nadang ko makilesi werkraki NSB ng Bula FM nambando na sir.
Hello nga ratu kitchen ng Dumba ando talitaka navarong ng Bula FM nambando na sir ngo lusu.
Bula FM nambando na sir.
Good evening, this is FBC News. I'm Jackie Spade. Tonight, 2 hospitalized after stabbing in Nausori. Woman arrested for alleged arson. And Fiji likely to run short of timber in rebuilding after tropical cyclone Winston. A 42-year-old woman is fighting for her life in hospital after a brutal stabbing in Nausori last night. Cyclone Devi was leaving her workplace when it's believed an argument broke out between her and the assailant. Maggie Boyle with the story.
It was closing time here when the horrendous attack occurred. 42-year-old Cyclone Devi is a kitchen hand working at the supermarket's restaurant. Eyewitness Jason Otar says he was waiting for his mother in the car park when the suspect brushed against his car.
The assailant pulled the woman this way towards the supermarket in the dark. I thought nothing of it then because the woman was following him until I think when she realized that he was holding a knife. When they came closer to the light, that's when she started pulling herself back. When she started pulling herself back, that's when he started stabbing her. He started stabbing her on the left shoulder, neck, and the chest. I turned on my headlights so that people over this side could see because there was a crowd here.
Devi's brother Rohit Nilesh says the family is trying to stay positive, but his sister is unresponsive in hospital.
We are so sad for my sister. She's unconscious at the moment. And we feel sorry for her sister. She's unconscious.
Otar is shaken by what he's seen and says it will be a while before he brings his mother back to her usual shopping centre.
It was quite traumatizing because at that moment when he was stabbing her, my mom came out of the supermarket and didn't realize what was happening until she was just a few feet away and she just froze where she was with her shopping.
A brutal stabbing last night that has left many of the supermarket's staff and customers here in shock. The police tell us that they are now trying to piece together what led to the assault. Maggie Boyle, FBC News.
A woman is in police custody for alleged arson after fire destroyed a house in Visari this morning. It's believed a family dispute is one of the reasons behind the incident. Kelly Vadala has the details.
This was the scene in Visari this morning as emergency teams responded to the fire. Homeowner Henry Whitcomb says he was at work when his nephew informed him that their house was ablaze.
I was at work, got a call from my nephew and I rushed home. I don't know what to tell my children when they get home. I have to look for a place to stay. Yeah? It's going to be hard. I lost everything. There's nothing left.
29-year-old John Whitcomb, who was in the house before the fire started, claimed that someone had deliberately set the fire.
When the incident happened, I was in the compound downstairs. I was getting ready for work in the shower. And the lady who looks after my cousin called out and said the house was on fire. She was next door. I believe someone set it alight, we don't know why. But because she called us out and told us to all go next door, and she just went upstairs on her own, and when she came down it was on fire and she had a cigarette with her.
The blaze was reported to the Lami police station and an investigation is still underway. Kelly Vadala, FBC News.
The Fiji National Provident Fund has dipped into its $500 million cash reserves to cater for members applying for Tropical Cyclone Winston rehabilitation. Chief Operating Officer Chochi Karoi says most of this money is sitting with commercial banks and is reflected in the FNPF annual accounts for 2015. Savara Tumboa has more details.
Three weeks after FNPF opened request for cyclone rehabilitation funds, large crowds are still turning up. 133,000 applications received so far and $42.8 million paid out.
This is liquidity that the bank, the FNPF, has got in terms of the cash reserves that's sitting with the banks, waiting for to be invested. That is going to meet the benefits that the members have applied for.
The fund will stop receiving applications at the close of business tomorrow. Chief Operating Officer Chao Chikoroi says they expect a last-minute rush and manpower is being stretched to see that all applications are processed. Koroi has also revealed that the FNPF has flagged people trying to take advantage of this facility.
There are a few cases that we have suspected, and it's put on alerted in terms of people coming in and lodging on behalf of others, and also impersonating members that are under some red light that we will investigate further.
Members who bank with HFC and Bread Bank will have to collect their payments in person since there is no electronic banking arrangements with these two banks. Samira Tambua, FBC News.
The Fiji Electricity Authority will be outsourcing some of its rehabilitation works to overseas companies. This has been revealed by the Prime Minister Voringem Bainimarama, who says the restoration of power to areas affected by Tropical Cyclone Winston is of utmost importance. Madium Bolaitamana has more.
Again, they keep complaining. The residents of Mbuambua outside Lotoka sharing their water problems to the Prime Minister in his visit to the area yesterday. 16 boreholes in this community have remained dormant in the past 4 weeks with a loss of power to pull water from them.
Boreholes which is run by power line and affected 600 people. Since the power has gone down, I know some people have pieced the wire away, but I apologize for that. Somebody had did it, but they ran away from there. But then when they came back again, they're working in 3 to 2 days in one post, aligning one post, and they go around, go back. Till today we didn't got the power.
Prime Minister Bainimarama has assured the populace here that with the directive given to the Fiji Electricity Authority, the hope is that power will be restored quickly to affected areas around the country.
My directive and directive of government is to go and bring in additional electrical contractors from overseas to come in the system because there's just too much load for Fiji right now.
Bainimarama has also assured the people that with the arrival of relief cargo from China today, we'll see the distribution of items to those who have been left out over the past 4 weeks. Madium Bolaitamana, FBC News.
Fiji will not have enough timber to rebuild all the homes damaged by Tropical Cyclone Winston. Akusita Tale reports this is the assessment from the Ministry of Forests.
There may not be enough locally sourced timber to repair and rebuild all 29,000 houses damaged or destroyed by Tropical Cyclone Winston.
There are already 5 companies that have registered their interest from the expression of interest that were given previously, so that they can assist in the provision of portable sawmills for those areas in Dausamu, Ra, and also Mba.
The fisheries and forest sector has sustained damage worth $18.1 million, and Tuifangalele says they are considering affordable imports. Meanwhile, the number of schools that were affected has increased from 354 to 497.
99 has been destroyed and 398 damaged. The schools that are remain closed as of today, actually 5 altogether. For the 4 divisions altogether with their buildings, the classrooms, it comes to a total of about 61.3 million now.
These MAC officials are trying to give out all remaining food ration before the end of the state of natural disaster period in 5 days. Akusita Tale, FBC News.
Still to come, $10 million worth of livestock lost in Tropical Cyclone Winston.
Yandra! I love listening to Gold FM at Golden Point Resort. Gold FM, only the classic hits.
Hola, my name is General from Rugby Village. I love listening to Gold FM, only the classic.
I'm Moses from Valeu. I love listening to Gold FM, only the classic hits.
My name is Marida Manako. I'm from Kandavu. I like listening to Gold FM, only the classic hits.
My name is Tilipa from Tavo Town. I love listening to Gold FM, only the classic hits.
Gold FM, only the classic hits.
A cargo plane from China carrying 260 tents landed at the Nausori airport 3 hours ago. It's here on a Fiji government request for tents to house families affected by Tropical Cyclone Winston. Shireen Shivan with the report.
The Chinese government activated its emergency assistance mechanism immediately after Fiji reached out for assistance.
The Chinese government and people have been concerned about the difficult situation in Fiji and have done as much as we can to assist the Fiji government's disaster relief effort.
The flight this afternoon in Nausori and another earlier today in Nadi are two of the 8 flights that the Chinese government are sending to Fiji as part of their assistance towards rebuilding efforts after Tropical Cyclone Winston. Chinese ambassador to Fiji Zhang Ping says the total cost of the emergency relief assistance is close to 16 million Fijian dollars.
The Ministry of Commerce of China has managed to procure 6,000 tents, 5,800 pieces of waterproof canvases, 30,000 sets of blankets and pillows, 135,000 units of first aid kits, 120 sets of generators, 10,000 electric torches, and 45,000 bottles of water purification tablets.
Health Minister Chone Usamate says this is a time when Fiji needs its international partners the most.
We know that all the things that you're donating here, these are the first 2 shipments. We look forward to the other 6 shipments. They will make a significant difference in the lives of our people.
6 more cargo planes carrying emergency relief materials from China will arrive Fiji in the next 2 weeks. Shireen Shivan, FBC News.
Queen Victoria School Thai level, which sustained massive damage during Tropical Cyclone Winston, may reopen by October. Education Minister Dr. Mahendra Reddy confirms QVS needs a lot of work before students return. Akusita Thale has the details.
The plan is for a comprehensive rebuild at Queen Victoria School, which also covers for pending repairs. Education Minister Dr. Mahendra Reddy says it will be rebuilt in a way that befits the legacy of QVS.
Which means maybe QVS could start by September, October, and if we see if there's a need to send the students there, or because of the exam time, they can come back in next year beginning.
Dr. Reddy says students from QVS attending other schools have been advised not to change their uniforms as the relocation is only temporary.
Students coming out of QVS, they will maintain the uniform, the QVS uniform for the whole of this year because they are there only for temporarily, and we don't want them to get another set of uniform which is they only needed for this year or half part of this year.
Dr. Reddy adds bigger schools which have numerous classrooms blown away could take the whole year to rebuild. Akusita Talei, FBC News.
Classes have resumed in most of the affected schools in Rakiraki following the destruction by Tropical Cyclone Winston. Penang Sangam Primary School received the most damage, estimated at around $1 million, and has allocated students to classrooms that were not affected and to tents provided by Australian aid. Josephina Vula has the details.
Resilience was present in the eyes of these children, even though they had to learn in a completely new environment after Tropical Cyclone Winston destroyed their classrooms.
We were trying to put 3 streams of class, 1 in 1 room, 3 streams of class, 7 in 1 room. And then we have temporarily erected 1 shed and we have got a tent. We are thankful to the government of Fiji Ministry of Education for providing us with the tent.
The school principal says a lot of hard work was done last week alone to ensure that classes would begin this week.
We have used the prisoners to clean up the school compound, and some of our boys from our community, they have helped us to clean the school compound, and from this week Monday, we have started resume the classes.
Meanwhile, the governing organization of the school has been distributing free lunch and stationery to students.
budget that we had approved as part of Sangam to assist in the rehabilitation program and relief support is approximately $300,000. That's $300,000 that we have collected from all our branches in Fiji.
A total of 16 classrooms together with the main office and principal's room was severely destroyed by Tropical Cyclone Winston last month. And now that the Australian government has set aside $6 million for the education sector in the country, Penang Sangam is hopeful for a better future. Josephine Vula, FBC News.
The 14-year-old girl of Lebanese settlement in Dumba, whose body was found at the beach on Monday, died from a brain hemorrhage. This was confirmed by a post-mortem examination yesterday. One suspect is in police custody while others continue to be brought in for questioning. Police Commissioner Brigadier General Sitiven Ngilio says 14-year-old Mere Alievu was brutally murdered. Mere is expected to be laid to rest on Saturday. We turn to sports now. Here's Jamie with the latest.
Thanks, Jackie, and good evening. Coming up in sports, McKee hopes to retain World Cup coaching staff for 2016 season. And Nandi bolsters squad for OFC Champions League. These stories and more after the break.
मैं हूं रेहान खान कुरबो तालेबू के जैसे फेस्टिवल एग्रेट है कुरबो में उसी तरह मिर्ची एफएम नंबर 1 है कुरबो में
एलिन लटका में मिर्ची एफएम को लॉक कर दिया जाए मिर्ची एफएम इट्स हॉट
हम नकाशी से साइमान है हमारा फेस्टिवल जैसे नंबर 1 है वैसे मिर्ची एफएम नंबर 1 है
माय नेम इज दिनेश हम नैंडी में काम करता है स्लीपिंग जायंट जिपलाइन में और मिर्ची एफएम इज हॉट आई लाइक इट
मिर्ची एफएम Flying Fijians coach John McKee is hoping to retain the core of his coaching panel for the June tests and the November tour. South Africa's Frans Ludeke is confirmed, but McKee is waiting for the thumbs up from Crusaders assistant coach Tabai Matson. Vashnil Prasad with the details.
Just before I went away on my European trip, and he's now coaching in Japan, but he's available for us. So France will continue in a role there around the forwards and the line continue. So I'm continuing to talk to him, and hopefully he can confirm his availability within the next couple of weeks.
The hard work put in by McKee and his coaching team was evident when Fiji met the top guns in the World Cup last year. Fiji's scrum against Australia was outstanding when an unknown front row overshadowed the Wallabies forward pack.
With all the good work we've done around the scrum area, and Alan's been quite instrumental in that Alan keeps working here, not just with the Flying Fijians, but at every level.
Expect all of Fiji's top players ready and fighting to be selected for the next leg of the HSBC World 7 Series. Injuries to 3 key players in Las Vegas and Vancouver cast a cloud of doubt over their availability, but team management has given them the all clear to be fit for the Summer of All Sevens tournaments in Hong Kong next month. Josephine Avula has the details.
The win in Las Vegas came at a cost. Injuries to key players Amenoni Nasilasila, Isake Katonimbao and Vatimo Ravovo was a major worry. But the Vodafone Fiji Sevens management has indicated their availability for the Hong Kong Sevens next month.
No serious injuries, just scratches and bruises carried forward from Las Vegas. The turf there wasn't what we had expected, so a lot of the boys have got scratches, and basically some are still recovering from the flu that's been carried on from Vegas across to Vancouver.
That's okay. For the team, there is no time to rest. They march into camp next Tuesday to start preparing for Hong Kong, which is only 22 days away.
The hard yard is going to be put on then. We're going to lift the tempo up. We've only got 4 tournaments away from Olympics, which is basically 24 games, and training will be much tougher.
For now, the goal is to try and win at Hong Kong and extend their lead at the top of the series standing.
Every little training sessions, every little game we have, that all counts. We're not going to rest on our laurels.
It's the previous try left us breathless. This one leaves us speechless.
Fiji is pooled with Wales, Canada and Korea at the tournament. It will be held from the 8th to the 10th of April. Josephine Vula, FBC Sports.
The inclusion of 3 new players have boosted the Nandi football side preparing for next month's OFC Champions League in New Zealand. Former national utility Apisai Smith, Antonio Tuivuna of Suva and Nandranga's Anish Kem are sure to strengthen the jet setters of the regional meet.
Most of the players are in with the Fiji under 23, 20 and the national team. From today I think so we'll have a good turnout.
The UFC Champions League kicks off on the 8th of April. Nandi plays Tahiti's Air Stefana on day 1 of competition, while Suva will take on Wellington in its first match a day later. You can catch games from the UFC Champions League on FBC TV. Rugby League legend Petro Dibonideva is hopeful Fiji will win the New South Wales Cup bid. Dibonideva, who is in Fiji, revealed that the New South Wales Rugby League officials will be in the country early next month to meet the Fiji National Rugby League board members. The officials are expected to survey the venues and accommodations.
Working really hard with putting together the 2017 bid for the Fiji New South Wales Cup. We're very close now. We've got the New South Wales Rugby League coming to Suva to have a look at the facilities, look at the hotels, and I'm sure from there we'll have a decision on whether we're successful in our attempt to be a part of the New South Wales Cup competition.
Dibonideva is also carrying out charity work while in Fiji. Fiji Hockey Federation has big plans for 2016 as it celebrates its 100th year of the sport in the country. A centennial dinner to honor the organization's achievements will be held next weekend and allows officials and players to discuss plans for the season ahead.
It's a very small gathering of a maximum of 60 people, and basically to brainstorm in a sense what happened in the past and what we can look forward to in the future. So that soft launch takes place in Suva.
And before I go, the TFL Fiji Warriors will play Samoa A in the final of the World Rugby Pacific Challenge. This after Samoa A beat Japan A 42-22 this afternoon. The Warriors are currently playing Tonga A. That's it from Sports Tonight. Good evening.
Fiji Ports Corporation Limited will spend more than $79,000 to salvage the MV Sullivan. Chief Executive Vajira Piasena says the board will decide where to source funds for the salvage operation. The assessment report will also be presented when the board meets next month. Piasena has confirmed the MV Sullivan does not have salvage insurance.
So we have to take that, we have to submit to the board, we have to take a decision and see how it can be funded and whether it can be salvaged or whether it can be like into some way of like moving a little bit to a further safe area.
He has also confirmed there is no spillage from the vessel which lies in the Suva harbour. Early morning showers affected the western parts of Fiji today. Temperatures in most centres hovered in the low 30s today. Tomorrow's forecast is for afternoon showers over the Fiji group, and the further outlook is for Saturday. It's occasional rain, heavy at times, and a few thunderstorms. Recapping the main stories for tonight, Nakasi woman in critical condition after being stabbed outside a supermarket. House burned down in Visari outside Lami after an alleged family dispute, and the Fiji National Provident Fund dips into $500 million reserves to pay Tropical Cyclone Winston rehabilitation funds. For these stories and others, you can tune in daily to our sister radio station Gold FM. On to this week's poll question, and we are asking, are you happy with the current Fiji Sevens reps? To answer, visit our FBC website. Send us newsworthy pictures and videos on email citizenseyes@fbc.com.fj or share it with us via Facebook page FBC News. And if you're on Twitter, follow and tweet us your news tips at FBC_news or simply hashtag FBC News. You've been watching FBC News. I'm Jackie Spade. Bye for now.
I'm Sarah, I'm from Tafwa, and I love listening to Today FM rocks.
My name is Freddy, I'm from Ganyatong. I listen to Mario on the traffic jam every afternoon.
Hi, my name is Salah, I live in Sinu. Today FM rocks.
My name is Denasa and I'm from Lutoka, and I love listening to Today FM.
My name is Mulamila, I work at Golden Point Resort. I love listening to Today FM, it rocks in Raki Raki.
I'm Mary from Mandera. I love listening to Today FM. Today FM rocks.
We love listening to Today FM. Today FM rocks.
Today's hit music on Today FM.